People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. First thing that is popping in the news. Be very careful what you ask for. Because if it happens, it might be detrimental to your community, might be detrimental to your life and the life of your family. Now we see that there's been a whole lot of eruption in a Denham-Town. Couple of videos, maybe one video in which a man was cornered by a JDF soldier, and then two other videos in a less than a week. Now people, when I spoke about that incident, there were mixed reviews. Some people were saying that, yeah, the JDF could have handled it better. However, these people in a Denham-Town, they are very provoking. Now people, here's the deal. Based on information that I am getting, and this is through conversations with people that actually live in Denham-Town, they are making it very clear that, listen, Denham-Town is what we call a crisis area, and people, these are residents or persons that lived there before, some of them presently living overseas. They say that this is a community that knows that they have a whole bunch of enemies. The whole surrounding community don't like them. They don't like the other communities. We attack from Tivoli, we attack from Rima, Jungle, you name it. All sorts of gang warfare, all sorts of corruption. Now, it is said that based on the latest findings by the JCF and the JDF, it is said that these gangsters are trying to disrupt the zone of special operation. And why would you try to disrupt the zone of special operation? It is because them can have all sorts of extortion, all sorts of gang activity, all sorts of criminal activity. So therefore, they see the post that is mostly set up by members of the JDF as a hindrance to their criminal activity. Now people, like me say in those videos, don't know the motive, don't know who instigated or who caused it. However, that being not clear also brings into question, who is using psychs? Who is pushing these people? Who is telling these people, listen, see the soldier them over there so in a for them little space, go over there, cause all sorts of argument, all sorts of flare up, all sorts of disturbance, and then when them act or react, you videotape it. When this videotape goes out, you are not going to be able to know what was the motive. You're not going to know who caused it. However, if you videotape the part in which the soldier them are react, the soldier them quote unquote acting up badly, the soldier them a push people with them rifle, the soldier them a clad people with them rifle, you're not going to get a real analysis. It might be taken out of context. So therefore, when people see it, they will get mixed review, because they must see one pregnant lady and the pawpaw go back and the soldier go back and forth, and then them say the soldier using foot pan her, the soldier clot her, whatever the case is. It is always going to look bad. However, people, when you don't have information out of in context, it is always easy for you to think one way. It is easy for you to come to the wrong conclusion or assume wrongly. So might this be the intention of these people, meaning the gangsters, the gunmen, the dons in this era. However, like I said before, remember, I said be very careful what you ask for. Here is the facts about Denham-Town. The soldiers that are there because of the zone of special operation, they are there to serve and protect because them know, say, listen, based on scientific research, based on evidence, based on just the past, if the soldier them get up and leave last night, by this morning, at least 10 people are going to lose them life. By tomorrow, a next 10. So therefore, what sense does it make for you wanting the security forces to leave when they are there to protect the lives of you, your children, your family? When them leave, it is going to be counterproductive. It is going to be chaos. It is going to be all sorts of disruption, all sorts of war. Because everybody know that that is one of the biggest war zone that is across this place in Jamaica. So therefore, them see everything that happen and people maybe about 2 weeks ago, some gunman, trailer man from Tivoli Gardens, all the way to Denham-Town and blaze him up in front of a tank. At least 7 to 10 can him get him upper body in him head. So therefore, that is just an example, one example. And that is during the zone of special operation. So what would happen? What would we hear? Do we have enough power? Do we have enough JDF soldier for monitor one place if the soldier them leave and it broke out like sore? Because it will. Now people, here's the next thing. I heard one of the what him name Desmond Mackenzie, the mayor of Kingston or somewhere around there. So he made a post and he said that, listen, the other day when the football player, the Cavalier football player, lose his life unjustly, we not see nobody come out with no placard. We not see nobody come out with any sorts of billboard and a protest. However, as soon as a done, as soon as a gunman, as soon as a shatter lose them life, everybody come out. Everybody a ball for justice. But the truth and the fact is that, do you want justice or do you really want chaos and catastrophe? So therefore, it is as if these people stubborn. It is as if these people really don't have any sorts of sense. It is okay for them to lose them neighbor. It is okay for little picnic to get caught up. It is okay for pregnant woman to lose them life, old lady. But it is not okay for these gangsters' activity to be interrupted. So therefore, they are trying to disrupt the zone of special operation. They are trying to confront members of the armed forces, in this case JDF mostly. However, Popo have the same problem. They might try to chase them out of town just for the benefits of these gangsters. So people, we have to ask the question. It seems as if these gangsters are the most influential persons in these people's society. It seems as if these gangsters are the real puppet master. These gangsters pull them string. These gangsters have them psychologically screwed. So therefore, they are going to do whatever it takes to appease these gangsters, even if it is to the detriment of decent people, innocent people, the most vulnerable in a society. People, like me say, be very careful what you ask for, because when you get it, maybe you cannot stomach it. You don't want to open a can of worms. As a matter of fact, members of the JCF, JDF, them vow, listen, we're not going away, because we already know what is going to happen. We already know what is the motive and why these people do what they do. It is because somebody is behind them. Somebody is edging them on. Somebody is pulling their string. And people, I don't know if it is fear, or I don't know if it is because them licky. They want to be the beneficiaries of the proceeds of crime. And people, do you realize it is mostly women? You might have a few men in the background that defend them action, but they are the ones that seems to be always in the middle, up front with everything. Even at the case of the pregnant lady. You know, so you're pregnant. You don't think about the best interest of your child. You feel that it was a very appropriate time for you to confront a man, few soldier where you see, with some very serious artillery, M16. You feel like the right thing was to confront whether he was right or whether he was wrong. If you really care, if you were any sort of decent type of woman and people, not only her, me just talk about the rest of them. And people like them say, the devil find work for idlers. If most of these people were gainfully employed, if they had something constructive to do with their life, as in monitoring their own kids, as in not setting a bad example for their own kids, they might not have been out there. This would have been easily avoided. However, people like them say, you can't tell people what to do. Some people want good for themselves. Some people just don't want a DAMN thing good for themselves or their family. Them just worthless. Point blank and period. And people, don't get it twisted, don't get it misconstrued. There are decent people in these garrisons, Denham-Town including. However, they are the silent, I should say majority. However, me just say, whole heap of them in there, but they are silent. You're always going to hear the negative, because that is what seems to sell on social media. That is what always gets amplified, amped up, point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like I say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.